One critique that you'll hear, and it is a critique, it's a malicious critique, it's a dishonest critique, it's not an honest or legitimate criticism, is, well, you're only white, or you only identify as white because you're a loser, because you have no individual merit or accomplishments, and so you're seeking to borrow or steal or misappropriate the glory of your ancestors and your kin, to coast on this borrowed glory. Well, one of the reasons this is a dumb critique is because it concedes the glory of my ancestors and my kin. And glory is a pretty white thing. And it's something that whites pretty much have on lock. I mean, it's a central theme of Western mythology for 6,000 years. You know, the Vikings talked about the fame of a good name, you know, the renown of deeds well done. And the Greeks called it kleos, and it's a central theme of Homeric mythology, the Odyssey and the Iliad, you know, the quest for glory. And it's been reconstructed in Proto-Indo-European as klevos indiguitum, the fame that never decays. So it's been a pretty central preoccupation for 6,000 years, and it's the preoccupation of intensely individualistic people who are looking to make a name for themselves through acts of daring and adventure. And it only makes sense in that context. You know, if you are, there's no glory in fulfilling the role you were born for, or harmoniously fitting into a society, or not bringing shame on your family. You know, those are more collectivist kind of Oriental concepts of duty and virtue. And there's nothing wrong with those, but they're not glorious. You're not looking to make a name for yourself. You're not looking to rock the boat or disrupt things or, you know, raise your status so much. You're looking to, to fit into the existing order, to not rock the boat, to not disrupt things, to not bring shame. You're looking to avoid shame rather than seek glory. It's a different approach, and that's not the Western approach. The Western approach is to seek glory in accomplishment. Okay, and it's an individualistic approach. So, it only even makes sense in an individualistic context. And in that sense, it's a malicious critique because they're trying to turn that individualism against us. And they're trying to usurp that concept of individualism and glory and use it as a critique to cut us off from the glory of our ancestors and kin, to shame us into disassociating from them or not identifying with them. So that's one reason it's a dumb critique. Another reason is because these people are hypocrites. You know, they're all maintaining collective identities of their own. The people leveling this critique at you are maintaining a Jewish identity, or maintaining a black identity, or maintaining a Hispanic identity. Some of them might be maintaining an Asian identity, although, you know, you probably don't hear this very much from Asians. And even the white people who are saying this kind of stuff, you know, they have a collective identity all their own as progs or swipples or, the enlightened, benevolent white people, not the backwards, hick, redneck, inbred trailer trash white people. So they have this collective identity, and it's one based on borrowed renown, borrowed virtue, borrowed glory, because they're not virtuous people, they're virtue signalers. You know, they don't bear the costs or take the risks of claiming the virtues that they claim. They seek to impose those costs and those risks on other people. So they're hypocrites, you know, either because they are themselves maintaining a collective identity, which they're trying to shame you out of doing, or because they are themselves attempting to steal virtue and renown, which they are accusing you of doing. And, you know, when I talk about the glory of my ancestors and my kin, I'm not taking credit. I'm not taking glory. I'm glorifying, I'm giving credit. All right? And that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted their names to live on because of their accomplishments, because of their achievements, because of the sacrifices that they made. And that's how you repay those sacrifices, by glorifying them and glorifying their results. So, it's not the case that I'm taking credit. I want my own glory, okay? And, I'm not tooting my own horn by talking about the glory of my ancestors and kin. I'm tooting their horn because that's what they wanted. That's why they did those things. That's what they were seeking to accomplish. So it's really a dishonest critique. It's really a malicious critique for all of those reasons and others, and also because there are material benefits to maintaining an identity, to maintaining reciprocal loyalties with other people who share that identity, to maintain an in-group. There are material benefits and advantages. There are immediate near-term benefits and advantages. There are, practical benefits and advantages to doing that. And, they're trying to deny you those benefits, or they're trying to shame you out of obtaining those benefits so that they can have a share of them. So that they can obtain the benefits of ethnocentric cooperation with their in-group and with their kin, and expropriate yours. So, and also a share of your inheritance. That's ultimately what that's about. They look around you and they see all this greatness, the legacy of past glory, and they say, well, you didn't build that. And it's like, yeah, damn right, I didn't build that, but my genes did, and they built it for me. All right, I am the intended beneficiary. We are the intended beneficiaries. What does it say in the Constitution? It says, for ourselves and our posterity. Well, I am the posterity. And so, they're trying to shame you out of feeling a connection to your history, to your past, to your heritage, and therefore to your birthright, so that they can take a share of it for themselves. And they had even less to do with it than you do, because they're not descended from the people who did build it. You are. And the people who built it for their descendants, and that's you. So, this is really a malicious, dishonest, parasitic critique in a lot of ways, and you never have to tolerate it. You can always turn it around. You can always call them out for being hypocrites. You can always call them out for being liars. You can always call them out for being parasites, because they are projecting. They're accusing you of doing what they're doing, and they are, they're lying. They're concealing costs and benefits. They're concealing benefits that they seek to seize, and they're concealing costs that they seek to impose with this flowery rhetoric that they don't live by. They don't live by what they're asking you to live by. And so, they're hypocrites, they're liars, they're malicious, they're parasites. You don't have to tolerate it. You can always turn it around, always call them out, always call them the malicious, lying, parasitic pieces of shit that they are.